Political tyranny is nothing as compared to social tyranny, and a reformer who defies society is far more courageous than a politician who defies government. These powerful words are by B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar was considered as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution, and he was the one who brought up the idea of SC and ST getting separate electorates, which was further negotiated to getting reservation. So in our constitution, when we see initially reservation was provided to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, that too just in legislature and not in education and job sector. But with the course of time, amendments were made in the constitution, and even new communities got reservation and in education and job sector also. So why was reservation introduced? Firstly, reservation was introduced to uplift these backward classes because they needed the support of government. There wasn't adequate representation of these people in the decision-making part. They didn't hold that elite positions. So they needed to be uplifted so that when we are making any decision about the country, there is a representation from that community also. In 1987 came the Mandal Commission, which proposed the reservation for the other backward classes with 50% cap on the caste-based reservation, and also introduced the concept of non-creamy layer. In 1991, the bill was in 1991 finally the OBC got the reservation of 27%. In 2019 again an amendment was made, and the economically weaker section of the general category also got reservation. So we can see that almost 60% of the seats are being reserved, and with the general category it only leaves 40% of the seat. So there is a very stiff competition between the general category students, and we see some states are there which have surpassed also 60%, just like Tamil Nadu, which have 69% of the reservation. So when we see there is a stiff competition, so we might think that it is unfair. Is reservation actually necessary? But the question arises, is reservation actually going to the people who actually need it? So are the people of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, they are the people who are economically backward, to those who cannot afford education, are they really getting benefited from it? So yes, people from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and other backward communities, there are so many students who have been continuing their higher education just because they get reservation. Otherwise they would have not did it. Otherwise they would haven't did it. So there is an impact of reservation that is positive, and reservation is needed. But surely there are loopholes in our system that needs to be worked upon, because even after 70 years of our independence, these reservations are there. So some amendments need to be made in a more effective manner so that reservation can reach to everyone. And because a reservation system is mainly dominated by the political parties, and it is all about the vote bank politics, everyone is reluctant to change the existing basis of reservation. But due to this, the youth of India is suffering very much, and denying India the services of the meritorious candidates is also injustice, and is also injustice to the India. So there should be some changes in the policies that are existing, so maximum benefits can be availed of it. Thank you.